Broadcasting live from Dar es Salaam, this is Tbc News, our top stories. Tanzania marks International Workers' Day, DIRA 2050 in focus. Tanzanian win Harvard University prestigious award. We talk to her live. Good evening. Thank you very much for joining us. Just a reminder, you can also follow us live via our YouTube channel, TBC Online, and also get all the latest news through our Instagram, Facebook, and X pages, all at TBC Online. The President of the United Republic of Tanzania, Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan, led the 2026 International Workers' Day celebrations in the Njombe region earlier today. The event is centered on the theme, Decent Work is a Strong Pillar for Sustainable Development in the Implementation of National Development Vision, DIRA 2050, highlighting workers' role in Tanzania's long-term economic strategies. Here are more details.
The President of the United Republic of Tanzania, Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan, has reassured workers that the government remains dedicated to strengthening the economy to facilitate improved wages and better working environments. She insists all key stakeholders, including workers, employers, and the private sector, play a key role in ensuring professionalism, integrity, and patriotism.
Pamoja na changamoto zilizopo.
Despite the existing challenges, as I mentioned, as our economy continues to strengthen, we will keep improving the welfare of our workers. What I ask is that we continue to work hard with professionalism and a high level of patriotism. By doing so, we will keep growing our national economy and fairly share the national cake as the result of our collective effort and hard work.
On the other hand, the chairman of the Tanzania Employers Association, ATE, Dr. Oscar Mgaya, expresses strong support for the Tanzanian government's recent initiatives to enhance the national business climate, including the creation of the Presidential Commission on Tax Reforms, insisting that the move will increase private sector investment and create more decent employment opportunities.
Chama cha Waajiri Tanzania ATE.
As the Association of Tanzanian Employers, ATE, we continue to educate employers on promoting a workplace culture that upholds decency, safety, respect, and human dignity.
The International Labour Organization ILO representative for the East Africa region, Caroline Mugala, commends Tanzania for its proactive steps in strengthening the decent work agenda and fostering tripartite dialogue.
Your Excellency, several achievements have been realized in our labor sector. First, the launch of the Decent Work Country program demonstrates the nation's commitment to placing decent work at the center of development, planning, implementation, and the attainment of Development Vision DIRA 2050 goals. There are also ongoing efforts to ratify and align national labor laws with international labor standards.
In Tanzania, May Day, or International Workers' Day, is celebrated annually on May 1st as a statutory public holiday dedicated to honoring the contributions of the workforce and advocating for workers' rights.
Meanwhile, the President of Zanzibar and Chairman of the Revolutionary Council, Dr. Hussein Ali Mwinyi, has announced a minimum wage increment for the government employees from the current 300,000 Tanzanian shillings to 500,000 Tanzanian shillings as a move aiming at improving the welfare of the public servants, boosting morale, increasing productivity, and helping workers cope with the rising cost of living. President Dr. Hussein Mwinyi announced the increment of the minimum wage for the public servants earlier today in Zanzibar during the International Workers' Day celebrations, insisting his government will continue to take various measures to improve the living conditions of the workers and of the citizens.
The government will continue conducting regular assessments to ensure that the welfare of public servants keeps pace with the current economic conditions and the needs of citizens. Furthermore, in addressing the challenge of unemployment, particularly among the youth, the government has allocated 7,500 job opportunities in the new financial year. In addition, in improving other benefits for public servants, adjustment will not be limited to the minimum wage alone. Salary increasement across all levels will be implemented once officially announced in accordance with public service guidelines.
Trade union leaders continued to urge the government to conduct regular wage reviews to align incomes with the rising cost of living. We move now to Massachusetts in the United States, where the former president of United Republic of Tanzania, Dr. Jakaya Mrisho Kikwete, has congratulated Tanzanian PhD student Ngasuma Eva Kanyeka for winning the Harvard Ministerial Leadership Program prestigious award. Her research focuses on the intersection of AI, technology strategy, public health, and inclusive finance, aiming to improve capital and opportunity access for underserved entrepreneurs across Africa. Here are more details.
The award was established in 2012 and is a collaboration involving the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health, Harvard Kennedy School of Government, Harvard Graduate School of Education, and Big Win Philanthropy. The program works with government leaders, particularly in Africa, Southeast Asia, and Latin America, to empower ministers to have a clear vision and strong leadership to drive major reforms with lasting results. The highly competitive award is given annually to a Harvard PhD student who is conducting research that contributes to key transformation and economic growth of developing countries. Former President Dr. Kikwete congratulated Ngasuma Eva Kanyeka for representing Tanzania well on the international stage and engaging with the university's core values of intellectual excellence, integrity, and fostering a diverse, respectful community. On the other hand, the University of Dar es Salaam is set to enter into strategic partnership talks with Harvard University, aiming at strengthening the use of artificial intelligence in education, research, and data analysis. The initiative is taken by the Chancellor of the University of Dar es Salaam, former President Dr. Jakaya Mrisho Kikwete, while he was on a working visit to the United States.
Joining us live from Cambridge, Massachusetts in the United States, where Harvard University is located, is Ngasuma Eva Kanyeka herself. Ngasuma, welcome to TBC News.
Thank you. Asante sana.
I understand you were the fifth Tanzanian PhD student to study at Harvard. Massive congratulations to you. Maybe some of the viewers might be wondering about the whole award thing. What is it all about? Can you tell us more about it?
Naso, thank you for inviting me to have a conversation with Tanzanians online. Indeed, I am the fifth Tanzanian to pursue a doctorate level education here at Harvard since its inception in 1636. The award, which is provided by the Tessa Joel Fund, and it's under the Harvard Ministerial Leadership Program, is a competitive grant that's given to one PhD student a year who outcompetes the applicants who put in an application for research in an area that touches upon and answers emerging market needs and emerging market realities. So the research that we do has to be grounded in solving real-world problems and providing solutions that count.
How competitive it is?
Quite. I don't know how many people apply. Sometimes it's 200, but it's across all the Harvard schools. So it's quite a tough one to win.
Tell us more about the research that you're doing and why you chose that area of research for your PhD.
Well, I lived in rural Tanzania for about 2 years in Iringa while I was working for a USAID project at the time. And I had an intimate encounter with communities in those areas and what rural Tanzanians really need. So one of the reasons this research for me is pertinent is 67 million Tanzanians that exist, 65% are young people under the age of 25. So if we're committed to transforming the country, we have to commit to lifting the lives of these under 25-year-olds who make up the majority of Tanzanians. Secondly, there's a $7 billion opportunity for people who are not financially included in the country. So there's an opportunity for us to grow the financial sector if we are able to understand and commit to investing in ways that Tanzanians really could work with financial institutions and secure capital. The third is 80% of Tanzanians work and live in rural economies, and they work in the informal sector, and they are the engine of the entire economy. if you're able to lift small micro businesses in rural areas, you are essentially lifting the wave of Tanzanians that can change the future of our country.
As you understand, Tanzania is about to embark on the implementation of the DIRA 2050 coming July this year, 2026. You are a very ambitious individual now in Harvard University. What are you planning to bring back home upon the completion of your course?
Well, my hope is that I raise money for a startup that I'm working on. I want to be the vessel that actually brings these financial instruments to rural Tanzanian young people and women. Traditional banks are shy when it comes to providing loans to women and youth because they require very, very stringent collateral. They need land, they need houses. And in a country where even inheriting land is difficult for women and young people don't have access to it, it's important that we find alternative ways. So I'm looking at data from saving and lending groups. Every single one of us knows someone in our family who's in a saving group, and that data is communal, it's trustworthy, it demonstrates fidelity, and it can be used as an alternative to say, hey, look, this person is worth giving a loan to because they are trustworthy. And that's what I hope to bring back home.
We understand millions of Tanzanians are watching you live right now, all the way from Massachusetts, Harvard University. What message would you have for the emerging generation in Tanzania? Most of them, they want to be like you one day.
Well, I hope that they become like who they will be, because I believe in the future of young people in Tanzania. I've worked with young people a long time. My faith and my hope truly lies in them being greater than we ever could be. My message is cultivate curiosity. That's a weapon, and it's a wonderful weapon to have. Trust in the fact that the things that you wonder about and the ways that you want to engage your community and the ways that you want to transform those communities are worthwhile, not just at home, but even in global stages. So take yourself seriously, and take yourself seriously in committing to being a teammate that builds the country. Building a nation is a team sport.
And that's why you sounded like American, of course, live on TV. Some of the people might think like you're not a Tanzanian. I'm telling you this. Maybe I give you 30 seconds. Tell us about your history. Where are you coming from here in Tanzania, all the way to Harvard?
Nimesoma Jangwani Sekondari. Let's just put it that way in Swahili for a minute. I went to a public school. I went to Jangwani. I went to public schools in Tanzania all my life, actually. So there's really nothing to it except the fact that, you know, for me, education has been a pathway. I've seen my predecessors, my own family who've been lifted by getting an education. So this is not exclusive for children of a certain type. This is for all Tanzanians who are able to really just truly cultivate curiosity. I have a scholarship from Harvard, and the reason I have that scholarship is because of pursuing this education path. It's nothing else than that. So if I'm here, it's possible.
So you are a live proof that a student from public school here in Tanzania all the way to Harvard. Of course, you're the fifth one, as you said earlier. Can you tell us about the other four who attended for PhD studies at Harvard?
Yeah, there are quite a few. I think the former two were probably sometimes in the 70s. One, I think, was a professor at University of Dar es Salaam, and I think they served the government. The more recent graduates of doctorate programs were Tanzanian. One is working for a pharmaceutical company. Her name is Asinatu Sibamaila. She graduated in 2021. And there's also Chambi Chachage, who's now a professor at Howard University here in the US. So we're a small group, but I don't think there's a lot of pride in being the only one or the few. I want to make that very clear. I think these opportunities are great, but they're only great if as many Tanzanians as possible are able to achieve them or attain them or access them. This is not an exclusive space. This is an inclusive space. And as I said, winning for a country is a team sport. So we need as many of these young people to apply to these institutions and to trust that they can come through the doors.
Gasuma, I know, soon. Dr. Gasuma Kanyeka, thank you very much for joining us. We are really running out of time. Massive congratulations to you, and I hope you come back. Tanzania really need you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Now, from Massachusetts, we go all the way to Zanzibar, where Zanzibar is actively transforming its investment landscape to be more inclusive, shifting from reliance on foreign capital to encouraging local citizen participation through policy initiatives and financial innovations. Speaking during a special interview with the Tanzania Broadcasting Corporation, TBC, Dr. Mwinyi says his government focuses on joint ventures between local and foreign investors, encouraging partnerships that give domestic firms better access to capital and technology.
Naweza kusema kwamba
you can say that the framework for domestic investment is very important. At the beginning, we used to think that perhaps people lack the capacity or awareness. But now it has been proven that many Zanzibaris are ready to invest in projects or opportunities that are reliable. A good example is Sukuk. Many people invested money and we reached and even exceeded the target that we had set. Although here in Zanzibar, we do not have stock exchange market, the Sukuk example shows that if we begin offering government shares in public institutions through such arrangements, many citizens will be able to invest in those areas.
Under the leadership of President Dr. Hussein Ali Mwinyi, deliberate efforts have been made to foster more inclusive private sector-led economy with 408 investment projects that have been registered under his leadership with a combined value exceeding $6 billion.
There are many types of projects. For instance, infrastructure projects. When you invest in a port, the whole country benefits, everyone benefits. You might be a trader of any kind of goods, but when you are assured that your cargo will arrive on time, you benefit. I would like to emphasize that the development projects, including roads, airports, and ports, are for everyone. You may not always see directly how they benefit you, but there is no doubt that the investment in infrastructure is extremely important. I also believe that many of the projects we have implemented, whether economic or social services, such as health and education, have an impact on every member of society.
Zanzibar's investment strategy in 2026 focuses on a sustainable, inclusive growth model that prioritizes high-impact investments directly benefiting local communities. We move now to the ICT sector, where the Minister for Communications and Information Technology, Angela Kairuki, says that there is a great need for Tanzania and China to establish a joint technology training center to enhance skills transfer. This initiative aligns with Tanzania's focus on building a robust digital economy, enhancing AI expertise, and constructing a $167.37 million National Digital Technology Institute to foster professional skills. She insists the initiative will enable Tanzanian experts to become more self-reliant, reduce overdependence on foreign expertise, and create more local employment opportunities. Esther was there and has prepared in the following report.
She made the remarks in Dar es Salaam during the launch of the Chinese High-Tech Fair exhibition, which is expected to run until May 10th. The exhibition brings together local and international stakeholders, including the Chinese ambassador to Tanzania, Sheng Miang.
We've seen some of the concrete results and human impact, especially on connectivity, whereby we've seen 5G pilots and rural broadband projects which are already improving access to markets, finance, but also to information for farmers and small businesses. With regards to the deepening of collaboration for a shared future, we have to translate today's demonstrations into the lasting impact. And for this, I would like to propose that we focus on three main priority areas. We have to focus on the priority on technology transfer and skills development, whereby we can establish a joint training center and apprenticeship programs so that the Tanzanians, engineers, technicians, but also the Tanzanians entrepreneurs can also lead in deployment, can lead in maintenance, but also on the innovation locally here in Tanzania.
On the other hand, the Chinese ambassador to Tanzania, Sheng Miang, highlights China's significant role in improving communication infrastructures in Tanzania.
In the field of information and communication, Chinese enterprises have actively participated in the development of Tanzania's telecommunication infrastructure. Companies such as Huawei have helped build 4G networks and fiber optic backbone systems covering major cities across the country, significantly improving connectivity and communication quality and laying a solid foundation for the development of mobile internet, e-commerce, and digital services. Today, more and more Tanzanians can access mobile payments, online education, and remote work through the mobile phones.
It remains a global leader in technology, accounting for over 30% of global manufacturing output and leading in areas such as 5G networks, artificial intelligence, and digital infrastructure. In Tanzania, Chinese-supported projects have contributed to the expansion of fiber optic networks, increased internet penetration, and the growth of digital services. As both countries continue to deepen cooperation, initiatives like joint training centers are expected to play a critical role in empowering local talent and driving sustainable technological development in the country. Esther Deus, TBC News.
More than 6 decades have passed since Africa broke free from the chains of colonial rule and secured its first independence. Yet alongside this historic victory emerged a new struggle, the fight for second independence, that is economic freedom, aimed at assuring that Africa's vast resources are harnessed to deliver meaningful transformation for its own people. Despite ongoing struggle, this struggle continues as the challenges of neo-colonialism persist, confronting the continent on its journey toward full independence and sustainable development. Let's get more details on that story from Caroline Malewo.
Here in Dar es Salaam, a young author, Jackson Wanuzi, is reigniting the conversation about Africa's present and future, telling the story of a continent rich in fertile land, powerful rivers, and immense mineral wealth lying beneath the feet of its people. He emphasizes that these resources are not a curse, but a promise of prosperity if managed responsibly. Speaking at the launch of his book, New Africa, Barriers to Development and Path to Liberation, Wanuzi outlines how Africa can take charge of its own resources with accountability to achieve inclusive growth and long-term progress.
So it's a book which actually reflecting on how we can make Africa better, on how we can shape our economic status, on how we can protect our natural resources that we have. You know, Africa, more than 65% of African land, it is important and good for farming.
Stakeholders attending the event say Africa still carries a significant responsibility to safeguard its economic future by ensuring that its resources benefit its own citizens, stressing that young people have a critical role to play in driving this agenda forward.
Let us protect those with exceptional visions and talent, the ones we call geniuses. We must not make the mistake of losing African greatest treasures, which God himself has blessed the continent with.
He's a Gen Z, as you call them, but he thought of something big. He didn't think of Tanzania, he thought of Africa. I urge youth to follow Jackson's steps.
Understand your country, your Africa, and fight for it.
The book launch has been described as part of a broader awakening among the young people, an emerging movement determined to see the continent fully utilize its wealth to break free from poverty and dependency.
We need the new Africans who will understand and value the African interest, African resources, diplomacy, and leadership.
We need people who can protect and promote the African identity, especially in the global stage, which has been marginalized for many years.
We need a strategic youth, a very committed and prepared for our African continent. What you have, make it reveal to the world, because the African need that mind.
This conversation comes at a time when several African countries are beginning to reap the benefits of their natural resources, including natural gas, fertile land, and newly discovered oil developments that are fueling optimism for achieving true economic independence and sustainable development. Reporting from Dar es Salaam, Caroline Maleo, TBC News.
All the best there to one of our own, Jackson Monoze. In today's segment of We Are Tanzania, we highlight the beauty of Tanzania, showcasing its uniqueness as a place where nature, peace, and humanity come together. Let's join Gladys Mtoba for this inspiring story.
Utanzania wangu ni muungano wetu na tofauti zetu zisibadilike tu.
The beauty of Tanzania is clearly reflected through its natural landscapes and attractions that draw global attention, from Mount Kilimanjaro to renowned national parks such as Serengeti and Ngorongoro, as well as the stunning beaches along the Indian Ocean. Beyond its amazing landscape, this beauty is also reflected in its people. Tanzania is known for its peace, hospitality and love, where warm smiles, respectful greetings, and a spirit of helping one another portray the nation's richness in humanity. The treasured Swahili language serves as a vital link that unites Tanzanians regardless of their regional backgrounds, while carrying the nation's identity both within and beyond its borders. In entertainment, music genres such as taarab, singeli, and bongo flavor showcase remarkable creativity, while sports, especially football, continue to strengthen unity and patriotism. Infrastructure development also adds to the beauty of modern Tanzania through improvements in airports, the modern SGR railways, ports, and bus transport, reflecting a blend of natural heritage and contemporary progress. Furthermore, Tanzania culture and traditions, including dance, clothing, and cuisine, continue to preserve the nation's identity. The unity of its people, despite ethnicity and religious diversity, demonstrates that Tanzania's beauty lies not only in its environment, but also in how its citizens live together in harmony. Overall, Tanzania is not just a land of breathtaking scenery, but a nation of peace, unity, and rich cultural heritage, a beauty that is seen within the eyes and felt in the heart. Gladys Mtoba, TBC News.
Utanzania wangu ni muungano wetu na tofauti zetu zisibadilike tu.
Well, and that is the main reason why everybody should visit Tanzania. Now, let's take a look at today's exchange rates according to the Bank of Tanzania BOT. Well, and now, before we conclude the news bulletin for tonight, let's take a look at the weather forecast for the next 24 hours starting from 9 p.m. tonight.
A warm welcome to you and thank you for joining us. This is 24 hours of the forecast from Tanzania Meteorological Authority starting from tonight 9 p.m. For tonight, over Lake Victoria Basin and western parts of the country, we expect partly cloud condition, thunder showers over a few areas. For northeastern island and northern coast, we expect partly cloud condition, rain showers over a few areas. The remaining parts of the country is expected to be dry. For tomorrow, the state of the lake is expected to be slight to moderate, while the state of the sea is expected to be moderate. And rainfall models are still portraying chance of rainfall over most parts of the country. And this comes with an advisory of severe weather, of which Tanzania Meteorological Authority has issued an advisory of short period of heavy rain over a few areas of Kagera, Geita, Mwanza, Mara, Simiu, Arusha, Kilimanjaro, Tanga, and Pemba and Unguja Isles. Necessary measures and precautions should be taken. And now let us see of the weather details. Over Lake Victoria Basin, we expect cloud condition, thunder showers over a few areas and sun intervals. For western parts of the country, northeastern highland and the entire coast, we expect part cloud condition, thunder showers over a few areas and sun periods. For southwestern highlands, central parts of the country and southern region, we expect part cloud condition, light rain showers over a few areas and sun periods. And now let us take a look of the next 4 days weather forecast. For Dar es Salaam, we expect thunder showers, light rain and rain showers on 6th of May. Dodoma, we expect light rain and sun periods on 6th of May. For Mbeya, we expect light rain and sun periods on 6th of May. Mwanza, we expect thunder showers. Kilimanjaro, we expect thunder showers and rain showers on 5th of May. Morogoro, we expect thunder showers, light rain and rain showers on 6th of May. And Arusha, we expect thunder showers and rain showers on 5th of May. And that's all for today. Make sure to catch up again tomorrow. From Tanzania Meteorological Authority, my name is Mariam Faris. Bye-bye.
Well, and that marks the end of the news bulletin for tonight. Don't miss our next bulletin in Kiswahili at 11 p.m. On behalf of the whole team, I am Nasa King. We'll catch us again next week, same place, same time, right here on TBC One.